Hello.
We made it.
We by the hair on my chin that I've not plucked, we have.
I shaved mine down a little bit because,
Did you?
yeah, it's crazy because it seems like the white or platinum ones grow faster than the dark ones. So
And
I don't know what that's all about.
so on mine, like the dark ones, they just want to curl out, like some Rapunzel crap going on up in here.
Right, exactly.
How's it going?
It's going good. I'm trying to hide this cup and I can't seem to. I'm
No,
just gonna,
nowhere to put it.
I'm just gonna put it down here, y'all. Don't worry about that. It's going good. I was busy today, and I didn't mean to be that busy.
It was an accident,
It was
happened
an
by accident.
accident. I'm like, what? These people keep wanting me to work?
Look at Sean coming in
Oh
hot
my
with this.
goodness! Why is this dude's
You're
like
old, Joe.
hot off the presses? He comes straight in like that. I'm like,
He just comes in for the
just comes in
kill.
like that. All right, Sean.
All right, Sean.
All right, now hold
It's
up.
over.
It is over now. Oh crap! It was loaded.
Wait till you break something. See if the producer doesn't take you
I
out.
know. See if she doesn't say something. It's like, why
Good
did you
thing she
not?
didn't like walk in to try to give you something,
Right? Yeah, that would have been sad. That would have been sad.
but it would have been for the show.
Hey, look! Hey, hey, hey!
How's it going, Miss
It's
Joanne?
Joanne Vargas.
He's like, it's a toy. He's not that worried about it.
Right? Yeah, it's a toy. Speaking of Mr. Vargas, Joanne Vargas, her son was actually tutoring the jet today.
Oh, cool. How's that going?
Yeah, it's going. It's
What up,
going.
Mr. Pineapples?
Hey guys.
Is it a little chilly over there?
Oh, yeah.
We got to a high of 45 today.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
about high 40s, low 50s today, but the nights, every night this week has been below 30. And
Ooh.
every
Oh,
night
wow.
for the rest of the week will be below 30.
Oh yeah.
So-
No, we just do a couple days and we're done with that.
We're in winter. Or not winter, we're getting there, you know what I mean? The trees all started changing color and stuff, so but yeah,
Uh-oh.
it's pretty
What did Miss CPJ say?
She said, since I'm a caller out boy, am I the only one who has noticed that you two are the only punctual people? Arm wrestle for Employee of the Month.
Yes.
I feel attacked. I guess.
It's so crazy because the two people that are always late to everything are punctual for the show.
Yeah, only for the show.
Yeah, but let's not let that mask all the other deficiencies that exist that people don't see. So that's all I'm gonna say about
No
that.
one has
Okay.
ever called us deficient.
So I'm not understanding that.
So let me
One
tell you
time I was
guys.
iron deficient.
Oh my gosh, what a day! What a day! I'm not even
okay,
kidding.
let's go with
y'all.
your day.
Let's go with
I'm
your
not
day.
even kidding,
Tell us
y'all
all
guys.
about you.
Okay, it's gonna be a little bit like serious and somber and a little bit funny, not funny kind of situation. So
Oh, okay. So let's roll up our sleeves.
I'm
Then.
ready.
I told y'all. So I told y'all it's been a rough year for me, right? And I told y'all how I had some news a couple months ago that my dad's going to be leaving, and trying to figure out how to navigate all that, right? And speaking
Right.
of which, last week I called him and he was like, "You don't know where I'm at?" And I was like, "No, Dad, I was just calling to check on you." He goes, "I'm in Alaska. What are my bucket list items? This is so fun!" And I got to see some pictures today, and he honestly looks like a big kid having a ton of fun. So it was actually very.
Encouraging.
Feeling, yeah, it was very feeling. The dichotomy on the feelings right now regarding my dad are so whirlwind, if that makes sense. So
It does.
the wind spins, and it's like there's really excitement in there. It's just not this one long like thing that I can grasp. It's like I'm feeling excited, then I'm sad, then I'm feeling excited, and then I'm happy, and then I'm sad, and then you know what I mean. So it's all this stuff just kind of whirling around. But I'm really happy that he
I wasn't Barbie tour guide to Alaska. I'm sorry.
Right.
the two of you would have had a blast though. You would get along great with my dad, Sandy. You and he'd love you to death. So, but so that was encouraging to
Sandy's
hear
like,
from him, right?
I know.
I'm like, dads love me. Mom's not so much.
But so that was challenging. Well, anyway, we come home today and come in. I'm home, and the first thing that happens after I get in. Thank you, baby.
It's
Thanks.
She made me a sandwich. Thank you. I'm telling you guys, my heart is really like jumping, and my stomach feels I want to laugh, I want to cry, I want to do all these things, and it's just so hard. And it's not just my dad. So anyway, I get home today. The first thing that happens is one of my kids tells me, "Dad, just wait in the garage. Don't come in the house." And I'm like, or no, no, she's like, "Come in the house, but stay in the foyer," you know. And I'm like, I just got some stuff to do on the phone, so I'll be in. Anyway, finally make it in. What's up, baby? And I actually, the first thing I noticed, I was like, wow, the counter's clean. And she goes, I cleaned all the counters down. I was like, oh, thank you. That actually is so beautiful, wonderful. I love that. It makes me feel so encouraged. And then my other kid comes over and she goes, Dad, she goes, my friend had a stroke. I was like, huh?
What?
And it was like her best friend. And I was like,
Oh,
wait,
my
are you
goodness.
sure? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, she was just here with us on Sunday, trick or treating with us. And she's like, she's at the hospital right now. And I'm like, baby, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? And she was like, yeah. She was just so matter of factly, though. I thought she was checked out. And so I'm like, oh my God. I was like, and then my wife comes down and she's like, babe, I need to. And I'm like, babe, did you not hear what Eva just said? And she goes, no, what? Just repeats it again. And my wife's like, oh my God, baby. And so we're very, oh my gosh, you know?
Yeah,
And
isn't
so,
this the daughter though that doesn't show a lot of emotion in that way?
yes,
Like,
yes,
okay.
yes.
Yeah.
But, and so, you know, but and we can't take much value in what she's appearing on the outside. But so it was like, do you know what that is, baby? Do you know what a stroke means? And, you know, what that, and she was like, no, not really. And we're like, how do you explain that? Right. And so we're trying to be optimistic and realistic too at the same time. So anyway, it's just like, okay. So we didn't really explain it. We just said, okay, well, let's just see what happens and we'll take it step by step kind of situation. Okay. And then I text her mom because I'm good friends with her. And I'm like, okay, hey, Miss Friend's mom, I heard about what happened. I'm so sorry. Is there anything you need? Can we help you out anyway? You know, we love the kid. She's always with us. She's always welcome in our house. So what, you know, if we need anything, just please let us know. And then she was like, huh? What are you talking about? And I was like, Eva said that, you know, they had a stroke. And she was like, a stroke? What? And I was like, well, what am I missing here? What's going on? She goes,
Like, I'm
he had a
already sending money to the
migraine.
GoFundMe account. Give me a refund.
Right.
She
had
had a migraine and low blood sugar. And I was like, wait, what? So then I just get on the phone and I'm like, wait, what's going on?
You're fixing to have a stroke.
I'm about to have a freaking.
Oh my God.
And so, guys, I was flipping out. This is why I couldn't make the promo for tonight. I left a message to Joe and Sunny. I was like, guys, just hug your kids a little bit more tonight and send them a love message and text and just, you know, all that stuff.
I wondered what happened. I'm like, oh my God.
So my stress level was like, you know what I mean, uber high. And then to find this out, I'm like, I want to kill your kid. And then I want to kill my kid. I'm like, what is going on here?
And
she was like,
how old is this kid to be stroking out right now?
Right.
And it's not unheard of to, you know, she's a teen. But I'm like, oh my God, okay. I'm really stressing. So what?
So let me tell you this. I might have been 8 or 9. And I was watching the news and I repeated, the Pope was sick. Pope John Paul II was sick. And I said, oh my God, Pope John Paul is sick. He has syphilis. And so the lady looked at me and she's like, honey, I don't think the Pope's ever had sex. And I'm like, I don't even know what that means. So I get it. I can totally.
So stroke, migraine,
a stroke, syphilis. I get it.
It's close.
Now, if my daughter had told me her friend got syphilis, I would have been like, "What?
Stay away from that."
Yeah, you are friends with her no more.
Oh God, guys. Okay. The story doesn't end there though.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So then she says, J Pineapples, did your niece run over her foot? And I was like, no, she would have told us. And I said, right? Because she's sitting right next to me. I was like, you didn't run over Madeline's foot, did you? Yeah.
Wait, what? What happened?
You're just like, this, and then this.
Like it just
Can you
won't
get off the
stop,
roller
guys.
coaster
It
at some
won't.
point?
I'm telling you, I am so to say I'm impressed with my life, not as a high note, but I have no idea how I'm above water still this year. This year has been outrageous and out of control. I don't know how my head is screwed on straight and how I'm just surviving when yes, Joe, this is just it's like it won't stop and it's oh my god, every week feels like there's something else being thrown at me and I am like okay, okay.
You need to burn some sage in your house or something.
Like
You
I'm
need
about
to
to
go.
start crying, and I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because the mix of emotions is there. I don't know how I'm sane. I don't know how I'm still just processing and working and just living right now. I'm just like, what is going on?
Okay, here
So
we go. CPJ has explained it to us. Oh, so by stroke you meant bad stroke of luck for getting run over. Gotcha, roller coaster kid. Thank you, CPJ. We knew
So
you could
you're
come
like,
in
were
here.
you? Did you tell your niece or like? So when was I gonna
that's why I
hear
was
about
late.
this piece of
That's why I was
information?
late. When I came down to look for her, I couldn't find her. So I was like, I need to just kind of vent and or relieve my thoughts or something, my feelings maybe,
We
so I
need
can
to
go to her because
process this.
yeah, because
Process this.
either she was scared of me or she didn't think it was that big of a deal. In either case, I
Just
need to help her
n- n-
properly without getting all
navigate through
riled up.
this.
Yeah, and be like, okay, sweetheart. So anytime anyone physically gets hurt or some property is damaged anywhere, you have to tell Theo and Thea immediately, not three
Not,
days later.
Okay, was it a
not passing,
vehicular?
not passing.
Say that again.
How did she run over her?
The little bit that I know is she got out of the car. She thought she was in the car, and she moved the car. So she was driving a bunch of kids. Stop.
Oh, Mr. Pineapples. Mr.
Let's all hold
Pineapples.
hands and say a prayer real quick. Our Father.
Oh,
Man, I'm gonna have to sacrifice a bucket of KFC chicken for you
Yeah.
because that is some bad juju you got going on.
oh.
Wait, did you say the Pope had syphilis or did I say that?
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, I really want to break down. Like I want to break. I like my life. I just want to kind of like. I just need a. I just need to go to a mountain and sit under a waterfall for like a dozen years, and then let me come back to
You just
reality.
need to go climb on your roof and just yell. Just like, what?
No, his luck, the neighbors would call the
God.
police on him.
Right, exactly.
I
And
fall
then
down and
plus-
I'm never getting back up again. So
Plus the oxygen level up there
Yeah, it's a little high. It's
is a little high.
guys, I yeah.
You have to tell Theo we might lose our bowling alley. Pope said, "You, Sandy." He said, "Don't let her drive kids around anymore. Is the girl okay?"
Oh, okay. So yeah,
So
the
she
girl is fine. Her mom
doesn't have a stroke.
She doesn't have a stroke, and apparently her foot's not broken. And
No broken metatarsals.
no broken meta or minute tarsals. So it's okay. There wasn't
So
even
why
a
did
bruise.
she even bring
was
it
just-
up?
well, I mean, I'm glad she did though. I kind of I don't know. Anyway,
Well, okay,
if you're
so
watching, I'm glad
so
you
she's
did
still-
bring it
so
up. Okay,
she's still technically teen logic. So teen logic, she's like she was able to walk away, so there's nothing wrong. I don't have to say anything if she's just walking away.
maybe, yeah. Well, and my niece did say she was like, I was just looking for the right time to tell you, Theo, and I was like,
She 2025 maybe.
Right? You know, when I'm old enough to like, it's just laugh about it later.
When I can dodge a chancla better.
I'm gonna talk with her afterwards.
We should talk about those stories that we kept to ourselves, but now we can tell our parents because it's way past the time that they can punish us. Can
don't
I
have
go
very many
first?
of those.
I have
I'm
one.
gonna wait
Go for
till
it then.
they're deceased. I'm still scared.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way too. I'm like, that's why I have to tell my mom everything when it
Oh
happened
my
because
goodness. Okay, so I'll go first.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
awesome. We still, whenever I talk to my friends about it, we still talk about this incident. It's so awesome.
Is it the
That's
school
how-
bus?
It's not the school bus.
Oh,
The school
okay.
bus one that's different. But so in our high school parking lot, it was a gravel parking lot. So it was real easy to do donuts in.
Sure.
So we would do donuts in it all the time. While we were hanging out with our friend, we'll call this friend Kevin.
old Kevin.
And my other friend Paul, we'll call him Paul. The names have not been changed to protect the innocent.
See, I couldn't do that either, Joe. I have to be like, well, I'm just gonna call them what they really are.
Right, yeah. So I am in the back seat. So it's an old school Mercury Cougar, and
Okay.
so
What was her name?
we're high school kids,
Oh.
and so no, not that kind of cougar. It's the car. And so we're doing donuts, yeah, in the high school parking lot. Cool. And so I tell Kevin, who's driving, I'm like, Kevin, what if we did this? What if we put it in reverse? You whip the steering wheel and you slide it around and then put it back in gear, and then we'll just keep going out.
Freaking peer pressure. Where
he's
where
like-
did they get those instructions from?
He's like, dude, that sounds awesome.
Sounds like a great freaking idea.
It sounds like a great idea. That just like they do in the movies, they just and then they haul ass the other way.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, okay, let's do that. So he's like, all right, cool. Puts it in reverse, hits it, whips the steering wheel, and I'm in the back seat, and I see something coming up in the window, and it's the dumpster. The dumpster in the parking lot. Yes, that's it. A reverse Batman.
Oh my! I've never heard of that.
I've never heard that either, but it sounds freaking awesome.
He whips the wheel, and I'm seeing it coming out the window like, oh crap! And we nailed that thing. Boom! Like this. And the car stops. The car dies.
The kill
Oh.
switch. You hit the kill switch.
The car dies, and then
You did not pass go.
we
You did not
pass
collect
go.
$200.
And then so we all get out, and we're like, oh crap!
You should. Did you say what'd you do?
Sandy, he was like, this will be a great story to tell mom and dad.
And so
2021.
we're like, oh crap. And then it must have been loud because we started hearing people, because it was late. It was a little late. But I think we heard the nighttime janitor coming out looking, hey, what are you kids up to? Like, oh crap, we gotta go.
The crash heard round Clovis.
Yeah, so we get in the car, and he's like shaking and stuff, and he's trying to, and he's like, it's not going. And he's like, oh, he needed to put it in gear or put it in park.
Oh.
He had left it in reverse. So he's like freaking out. So puts it in park, car starts up, we're able to drive away. It put a huge dent in his front fender. And so we're like, oh my gosh, what are we going and the whole time he's like, my dad's gonna kill me, my dad's gonna kill me, my dad's gonna kill me.
It's amazing how people don't think that before they make a stupid decision.
Yeah.
Hey, we were gonna Batman the crap out of it. It was gonna be awesome. Anyways, so my friend Paul, who is the mastermind of stories,
Paul, whose name has not been changed. to
Right.
his
protect
name
him.
has not
Just
been
FYI,
changed to
everyone.
protect the guilty. We were like, okay, so, and we're driving back because Clovis is here. Cannon is a good 20-minute drive back home.
The
And
Air
so-
Force Base, right?
Yeah, the Air Force Base. So we're driving back, and Paul's like this. Okay, this is what happened. This is how you know. He's like, this is
Oh,
what
here we
happened.
go with the lies.
This
Weren't
is
we
what
just talking about
happened.
lies? the
Yeah.
other
We're
What's
day?
just talking
Paul's
about
job now? What does he do?
He's an insurance adjuster.
Right. So he
In the
goes,
broad department.
this is what happened. We were at the Little Caesars getting pizza, and we come back out, and the dent is just right there. And he's like, oh, yeah. That
There we
sounds
go.
cool.
Great
That sounds
idea number 2 for the night.
And we're all like, yeah. And then we could say that we saw this monster truck
Oh.
hit us. We saw this monster truck in the parking lot, but we didn't know that we saw it hit him because we were inside getting pizza.
Yeah.
So we go ahead and grab the pizza, and then we head back. And he's like, yeah, so it's going to work. It's going to work. Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. So
And this is before camera time.
this is before camera time. So we make it back to Kevin's house, And he goes, unlike your niece, he actually goes in and tells his dad. He's like, Dad, there's something that happened to the car. And his dad comes out, and he's like, dude, what happened? He goes, well, so I'm quiet. It's like,
Good rules. Good doing it, Joe.
But Paul's like, okay, so this is what happened. We were in Little Caesars grabbing the pizza. We have the pizza. We got the pizza because we actually picked up the pizza.
You see the pizza? Proof of evidence.
Pizza evidence. And we come back outside, and then we notice the dent. And his dad was like, oh my gosh, it must have been a huge truck because it hit up here on the fender. And it is like, and Paul's like, yeah, it must have been because we didn't see it.
It's an unidentified driving object, Dad.
Oh my goodness. And so it was amazing because his dad bought it.
Oh.
And we told each other we're taking this to the grave. And we did. We took it to the grave. So I'll be dying tomorrow.
Hey guys, let's just tell Dad that someone hit us, okay? That'll work out great!
Yeah.
And gullible Dad.
Yeah, because I wasn't talking because I'm not the storyteller. Paul's the storyteller, and Paul was telling him, and I was just nodding. Yep.
Seems legit. We have a very legitimate question coming in here.
Okay, go right ahead.
Moses, was the Cougar a 1991 BC or AD mode of transportation? Look out for Joe.
I was not driving.
Paul told Dad, "Do not ask us. We do not know."
No, we don't know. So, the moral to the story is: watch out for garbage cans in the parking lot.
Watch out for Batmans in the parking lot.
So I'm kind of curious, Kayla, how you knew that was a reverse Batman. So make sure to tell the story in the comments, okay?
Yeah, because it would have been cool if someone hadn't put the dumpster in the way. So I'm just saying.
I'm serious. So your story triggers me a little bit because I do watch those shows or the clips where people do stupid stuff, and then when the stupid outcome comes on, they're like, "Oh no!" And you're like, "What would you expect is going to happen?" Like, I'm perplexed by your response. So,
and to tie into your perplexed by that, and I'm perplexed by parents that are like, "Why are my boys so expensive on insurance?"
Right, exactly.
Because they're reverse Batman, man.
Because a boy made up reverse Batman for it to get on the insurance claim.
I am telling you, we had many adventures in Clovis.
Was that in the little Chevette?
No, that one was not in the Chevette.
Okay.
So my friend Paul that we were just talking about, we had many adventures. This other adventure, and I'll make it short. So in Clovis, there's a thing called the drag. And so you basically go bumper to bumper, and you're going slowly down the street, and then you flip the sides around.
Hey, Rod.
So we're on the drag. Well, actually, no. We're not on the drag. I'm spending the night at Paul's house because he lives a couple streets over, and he's like, "Hey, let's tell my dad we're going to go to Little Caesars to pick up some pizza."
Wait, is this the pre-story?
Is this the same?
Is this the prequel to the story we just heard?
It's not the prequel. And he's like, he goes, okay. So we go out, and he's like, "Hey, Dad, can we go pick up some Little Caesars pizza?" He goes, "Yeah, just don't go down Main Street." Okay, yeah. We just want to get the pizza. We're fine. We just want to get the pizza.
But you knew this, didn't you, before?
We knew we were going to hit Main Street. Because we go to there's a way to avoid Main Street to go get the pizza, but we did not do that. So we hit Main Street, and we're just gonna do like two rounds, two drags. And that's all we're gonna do. So we're like, cool. So we get on Main Street, we go down once, come back, we turn around, we're going down the second time, and it's bumper to bumper, so we're stopped waiting for the traffic to go. And then all of a sudden, like, Paul's down there adjusting the radio, trying to pick a song or whatever.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden we get
important.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden we do this. I was like, what happened? He's like, I think we got hit. We get out. He puts it in park. We get out. And we were actually hit. We were rear-ended by somebody on Main Street. And he's trying to back up because Paul had what we call a Humpday pickup truck.
Y'all are stuck together.
We're stuck together
Oh my
on
gosh,
Main
Joe.
Street.
Oh,
And his friends are with him, and we're like trying to get us apart, and he's put it in reverse, and the tires are smoking, and I'm like, okay, hold on, we're gonna have to bounce on your car to get you out from under his, or we're gonna try to lift up Paul's.
Oh.
This is the middle of Main
childhood genius right
Middle
here.
of Main Street. It is packed. I'm surprised that we didn't have cops all over us when it happened. So we finally get it apart
Oh my
after
God,
bouncing on
Joe.
the front of his car. He had all kinds of front damage on his. Like the grill was pushed in and stuff like that. Paul's Humpday or truck there was no damage on his bumper. It
And
didn't
that's
look
why
like
kids need hoopties these days.
yeah, so we couldn't even
Second moral
tell.
of the
You
story.
couldn't tell anything. And so whenever we finally get separated, we actually know the guy that hit us. And Paul goes like this: "If you don't say anything, I won't say anything." Cool.
Oh my. Wow.
So yeah,
How could he not say anything? His dang
Yeah.
radiator was out there hanging.
right, exactly. So I don't know what he told his parents. What
We need to
happened?
call him. Call him right now, Steve.
But yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
Kayla has come in here with the story. She
Okay.
says, when I was in high school, we did those all the time in the snow in my friend's little Chevy S10 pickup truck. It was a small town, and FS has big lots for all their machines. We had nothing else to do. Okay, I
Small
get
town.
it. We did donuts and crazy things in the
Small
snow.
town life.
towns.
Small town life. Yeah.
Hmm.
Paul was my trouble friend, but he was the fun friend too. Like we always said.
What is FS?
We had small town, and FS has big lots for all their machines. I don't know.
Farm supply.
Farm supply.
I don't know.
That
Farming
actually
supply?
makes sense up here. That makes sense. I think you're right,
Yeah.
because that absolutely makes sense up here in this neck of the woods.
But yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, lots of fun. Yeah, you know, when you just don't tell those stories.
See, okay, so this is like you could do stuff like that back in the day. You totally
Mhm.
could. Now with these modern cars, my gosh, you
Mhm.
break cameras, airbags deployed.
Oh yeah.
The little car is totaled. It's over for you. I mean,
Sensors
Yeah.
galore, like it tells you everything.
Yeah, if his airbag would have deployed had he had one.
oh yeah, for sure. Now they have black boxes. They can tell you how fast you were going, what you were doing there at the last minute.
You're getting the scoop on this one, folks. Sandy knows.
Yeah.
So,
It do not.
so if you're following the
not
law and
interfere.
doing what you need to do, you ain't got fear in the world. But
Yeah, so I will tell you,
if you're
avoid
doing
friends like
Batmans
Paul.
and yeah, if you're
do
a
not let
Paul,
your children hang out with Paul.
you're-
Do
Paul.
not let Paul be your friend.
please do not listen to Paul either. Okay, do not listen to Paul.
Oh my goodness, Paul was.
But
so
if you
much
get in
fun.
trouble, find a Joe in your life because he'll be quiet.
I'll be
okay?
quiet. I always tell people, it's like, hey, Joe, are you going to school? I go, not for an hour. You have an hour.
Because I'm singing like a bird
I was
afterwards.
singing like a
Yeah,
bird.
I'm glad I'm not in that position for people to have to tell me secrets where I have to do that because I'm like you, Joe. I can't be. I'm like,
Mhm.
bro. I don't even know if I can do an hour. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'll give you until I feel the urge to call the person and tell them myself, which is not gonna be an hour. So
Right, exactly. It's like, if so-and-so happens to call me, then so-and-so happens to get the full story.
yes, because you know the first thing I'm gonna tell Sandy, I'm gonna be like, Sandy, did Joe tell you what happened? He told me that. I'm sorry.
And you know,
And
I'm
you know
here
what?
for
I
the
can-
tea. I'm
yes.
here for the tea.
I can, and I can back that up. So okay, I don't. The reason I don't have any story like that, Joe, is because I can't keep secrets well at all. So one day when I decided to skip school,
Jamie didn't have friends.
a buddy of mine and I were at my house. We were just chilling, just playing Nintendo, watching cartoons, whatever. And I noticed my mom pulling up in the driveway, and I was like, "Holy crap!" You know, so you know your butt clenches so tight you make diamonds. And I was like, "We gotta get out of here now." So I was like, "Let's run to the back." And here's my bright idea: we'll close the door when she closes the door, because if we don't, then she'll hear the slam. So just wait. And so we did that, and then we darted out the backyard, went to the alley, and just ducked down right there in the alley because we didn't want to go walk into the neighborhood.
Right.
So then I could hear the door open. My mom comes out, and she was like, "Hi, ma'am." And I said, "Yes, ma'am."
Oh
true story.
And your
with
friend is
that
like,
little T.
what?
He was behind me and he hit me. He said, "What did you do?" And I was like, oh,
It was
God.
just a natural instinct. You didn't.
It absolutely was natural, Sandy. It was just reaction. I was just like, "Yes, ma'am."
Yeah.
And immediately I was like, yeah. So my mom, I have potential stories like that, but they don't exist because I always came clean and had to just
Oh.
or got
I
in
would
trouble
just
enough.
always get caught. I tried to skip. Like we didn't have Sunday school. We had Wednesday school when we were teenagers, and I was kind of dumb. So my mom happened to cruise on by. I think the Lord would tell her Sandy's up to no good, and so
Her chancla sense was going off.
she had chancla senses for sure. So she drove by, and I saw a car. So I thought, oh, I'll go this way around this vehicle and hide. Oh, but Gina G kept looking. So she drove by and she did this number and saw me come around this way. So she stops and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, they let us out early and I was waiting for you. And she believed me.
Oh my God.
So I got to hop in the car and say, bye, friends.
That I was supposed to meet up with.
That I was supposed to.
Slick, Sandy.
Seriously,
slick.
I always got caught. There was never, y'all, okay, I don't know if y'all did this, but me and one of my brothers, we were always fighting at the kitchen table.
Uh-huh.
So I would move the pitcher around, like the Kool-Aid pitcher, and I would do this number as I was moving it. and then he would move the...
I see you doing that. I can picture it.
He would move the knife, and so we would just be doing things quietly. Never failed. I always got caught. He never.
Oh.
He did it too, and they were like, "Bam! We saw you do it."
Yeah, that was one of my mom's saying. Don't worry about them. We're looking at you now. You're the one who got busted.
Yeah. I have been caught a couple of times too. So on the Air Force Base, if you get caught or get in trouble, your dad gets in trouble too. So it was very important not to get caught.
Not to get caught. Yeah.
Well, one night, so I like to sneak out at night, and I wasn't doing anything. I was just getting out of the house and just exploring the neighborhood.
Okay.
But they had cops all over the place, and so we would be like, and sometimes I meet up with my friends, and sometimes I just hang out by myself or whatever. But we would just go exploring, and our goal was to see how far we can get to the flight line, which was a good 2 miles away from our houses, or just try dumb stuff. A flight line is where the airplanes take off, or where they park and stuff like that. So we're trying to get as close as we can, and dodging cops, because the cops on Air Force Base are like crazy, and it's small.
I feel like this is the scene on Finding Nemo when he's like, "I'm gonna go touch the butt."
Right, exactly.
You make a lot of references to Finding Nemo, and all the references are never really good. I mean, not good in the movie sense, but good like I always feel like it's murder, death, kill references you make towards Nemo, and I'm like, has she seen the movie?
Well, one of these nights when I was returning home, I thought I was in the clear, and so I would go. Our houses were duplexes, and on this side of the house was where the bedrooms were. And I would jump over the fence and come back through the patio door, because the patio door was a sliding door, so you couldn't hear it open.
Okay.
Because my parents were in this back room. So I thought.
Okay.
So I'm going back. I'm just going back because I've done it several times. So I'm about to go back, and then I hear something. JD, get your ass in here right now. Talking about
you squeeze diamonds.
Yeah, butt clenching. Yeah, I was like,
you're like, yes, Lord.
Yes. Oh my gosh! And this is what sucked. So I got caught. I was caught. Understood. I got caught, and he talked to me. He's like, "So how long have you been doing this?" And I'm like, "I've done it a couple times." Couple times. And they're like, "Well,
a week."
And this is what sucked. They didn't ground me or anything like that. They just said, "We just can't trust you anymore." Which
Ouch.
that hurt more than anything.
I don't know if you hadn't
It
gotten a
hurt more
chocolate
than
to
a
the
belt?
face. I was about to say if
Right.
you hadn't had a chocolate to chocolate to the face, man.
No, so my parents were white. We didn't have chocolates.
They didn't have belts or dustpans.
we had belts. My dad had his
Switches?
70s belt that would hang on his handle.
Did it have his name on the back?
One of those belts did have his name on the belt.
That one
It's on
hurt.
the back side, yeah. But no, this one had the 70s belt was like it was an inch.
It was like a dual thick thing.
2-inch, and it had
Yeah.
the so the belco had the doubles.
Yes.
And
Yep.
it had holes all the way down. So
Oh, it
Yeah.
sure did.
Yes.
The air needed to, somewhere
Yeah.
to.
So I only got beat with that one time. I figured out that I didn't like that. So
Oh,
I
some of
tried.
us were a little bit more hard-headed.
I tried not to get.
I don't
caught.
even know about that, Sonny. I think he says he figured out he didn't like it. I knew I didn't like it the first time. It didn't matter what I liked or didn't like. Okay.
It was
So-
the parents' preference.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was not good when I got caught. Ugh.
I hated when my mom she didn't have what she would used to whoop us with, because then it was like, oh man, we're about to play Uno. It's like wild card. I don't know what's about to come out. It was like there's a chocolate, there's a hand, there's a hanger, there's a switch, there's
Oh yeah.
what did she just hit me with? I don't even
Yeah.
know what that was, but it hurt.
My mom said she spanked us with a switch one time, and it made her feel so bad because of the welts and
I
stuff.
wish she could have been friends with my mom.
You could've-
What about you, Sadie, right? Because I don't know that my mom felt that guilt.
no guilt whatsoever. No, well, I think my mom feels guilt now because I'm like, hey, mom, do you remember when you did this? She's like, I never hit you. I'm
You're
like,
I
mother,
remember.
that's why you got arthritis from all the whoopings, from all the whoopings that you gave us. Because, oof. But in my mom's defense, I don't know if y'all know this. I was pretty bad. I was a bad child.
Nah, I don't see that.
I was a wild child and I deserved it. So let me catch up on some of these comments.
What are you
Kayla,
doing?
thank you so much for laughing at our stories.
Yes.
CPJ says, did you show your bird after the Lord spoke to you after Wednesday? I avoided the Lord at all costs sometimes. Lightning is going to strike me, Chon. It really is.
A good use of that's a new emoji. I've never seen Sean use that one.
No,
It
it
is.
is new.
That is new. The lightning striking. Man, so many stories that I choose not
So,
to share.
on that subject, well, not that subject, but kind of like perpendicular to that story, Joe.
Okay.
I got to hear. I went to Lubbock recently, right? I got to see you guys, and I got to hang out with JD. I didn't get to hang out with him as much as I would love to, but the last thing he said to me before I left has been reverberating tremendously with me for the past couple of months. And
The last thing who said?
JD,
Okay.
when he dropped me off, one of the
Okay.
last things he said when we were saying bye was like, he said, paraphrasing, but he was like, I was telling you at the end of this is like, I don't get to see my friends as much as I used to. He goes, but I'm very lucky to have had the friends that I've had because we had so many experiences in our life. It's enough to fill several lifetimes, I feel like.
Oh.
And so I've got stories to always tell about the times that I got to hang out with y'all. And I was like, man, that was really deep,
Good and
really
bad,
special
right?
and stuff. Huh?
It's good and bad, right?
It's
like,
it is
okay,
good
yeah,
and bad,
we filled the mug, but we're not talking about the mug anymore. We don't see the mug anymore. The mug is
No,
gone.
no. So yeah, that's not a good thing. That's not a good place to be. But I like that. And so hearing these stories of our childhood a little bit and the nostalgia it brings up, it also makes me think of that thing he said is coming out, and it's kind of like, man, I appreciate having friends. I appreciate having experiences, having friends to tell the stories to because they're blasts. They're funny to talk about and to laugh with it. And I don't know if that's just a thing of the older you get, you start thinking about your relationships and friends and people.
Mhm.
And like I was telling someone recently, I was like, man, I'm so grateful like for you two being able to just call whenever I want to, and for the majority of the time you guys pick up. Like I never fear or have this insecurity when I call. If y'all don't pick up, it means something ulterior or whatever. Like I'm like, okay, they just can't talk because I know that they'll answer me when I call.
Right.
And I appreciate that having that. So
Let me get
just
to some
random
of these
thoughts.
comments.
Go for it.
CPJ says, felt bad. My mom whooped us and while saying, I do this because I love you. Or, this hurts me more than it hurts you.
No, it
Where
doesn't.
did that, I need to know
No,
where
it
that
doesn't.
phrase came from because it was highly used in the 80s and 90s. And so,
She said the payback is the B.
Yep.
Chon is praying for us.
thank you, John. Thank you.
And we made Bree a little emotional.
Oh,
Thanks for hopping in here, Bree.
Oh,
Good to
hey,
see you.
Brianna.
Thanks, art teacher Bree.
Yeah.
And CPJ says, Lubbock had a bad snow and freeze winter of my senior year. My best friend and I got pulled over because she was towing behind her car on the sled. Wouldn't know it's illegal to tow live beings.
I don't think it's illegal.
Where does it show? What penal code says you can't?
So my son has been saying this a lot lately. He's like, it's only illegal if we get caught, right, Dad? I'm like,
He gets it from you, maybe. Then.
and I'm like, I'll go like this. Yeah, you're right.
You're like,
You're
no.
right,
And then
right.
as soon as the producer
Podcast
leaves
it.
the room, he's like, yeah, you're right.
Be like, if I catch you, you're gonna catch these hands too.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop bows on you, boy. Drop bows.
I'm glad to hear these stories and to have these last. It'll make having to have the conversations I have to have afterwards a lot less heavy. So
Let
Yeah.
me tell you what I did one time, Jamie. So one time, I was supposed to be at prom, but I left prom. So I knew that once you left, they were going to call your parents. I knew that.
okay.
But apparently, I just didn't care. This
Sounds like
I'm a
Sandy.
little
That sounds like
dumb.
our Sandy.
I'm a little dumb. So they called my parents, and that was not a good thing.
No.
Because my dad came looking for me.
Oh.
And
man.
so anyway, Dad didn't find me. So he said, my brothers need to go find me because they could go into certain houses and knew where I was going to be.
Oh.
My goodness.
I had a little too much drink.
No.
So when I got home, all I remember is Dad's belt going, and he swung. Luckily, the dress had layers, kind of like an onion. So it blocked some of the whooping, but I still did wake up with a little bruise, a little belt tip on my leg. So he looked at me and said, do not ask to go to prom next year. And I said, yes, sir. And I had to go roof the house. No, I'm kidding. I didn't have to go roof the house. Anyway, but I didn't ask if I could go to prom next year. But my mom felt really bad for me because everybody was going to prom. So I got to go to prom. But I guarantee you, I didn't act a fool. My senior prom.
You learned. You learned good.
I learned.
I learned.
That's great. That's great. So I was going to tell you last night I had a chance.
Rod says, dude, we had experiences. We all might be miles apart, brothers for life.
Ain't that the truth, brother?
Right there.
Ain't that the
Right there.
truth,
Look
man?
at freaking Lowell's coming in here
Freaking
15
Lowell.
Love
minutes.
you,
late.
Rodimus. Miss you, Rodimus. I had a chance last night. So I was on a podcast last night.
Oh,
Really? Why didn't you
Yeah.
tell us?
I don't remember
Because
getting
I-
somebody telling me that they was on a podcast.
It was one of these things where it was like I forgot about it until like 15 minutes before. I was like, oh shit.
What?
And then I had to message them and be like, hey, can we meet at 9:00 instead of 8:00? And they're like, sure. I was like, okay, great. But I was helping my daughter out with her homework last night, and it was just taking a long time. So anyway, but it was fun. So I was able to hang out with Cindy. Y'all remember Cynthia?
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, I was able to
she's
go on
doing
her
a podcast
show.
now.
Look at her. She said, yes.
Oh, there she is.
I know which one. Hi, Cynthia.
So I'm glad you're here, Cynthia, Cindy, because I can brag about it. What I wanted to talk about. So filling in the whole circle of feelings and stuff right now. I had such a positive experience over there last night. It was great. So I got to tell my stories. You know, for those of y'all who don't know, Cindy Sear, she runs a Facebook group called True Hauntings, and she has a podcast called True Hauntings and Scary Stories. You can find it in Spotify. I was listening to some of them today. They're really good, actually. They're really, really good. And It was such a positive experience last night. Let me tell you, I was telling my ghost stories, my UFO stories, and my glitches in the Matrix stories, and she was so welcoming. And I told her, I was like, I appreciate being able to tell you, because when I told Sandy and Joe, they were just laughing at me the whole time, and so I was like, they were just.
I
I was
was
like, and I
less
get it.
laughing
I get
than
it.
he was.
The whole time? Maybe not
I
the
mean,
whole time.
I was like, I have the video
I didn't even
clip. I've
have that
watched
many
them a few
giggles in
times.
me.
Yeah, it was a lot. So I was like, I get it though. It's tough for some people to react to some of these things. I was like, how do you think I feel experiencing them? But anyway, she was so
Joe,
wonderful.
hold on. Pause that thought, Jamie.
Go ahead.
Joe, we're going to have to listen to this because the way he said some people.
Right. I wonder, do you think he threw us under the bus?
I think he probably
I
said
didn't
like
say
simple.
y'all's name at
He said like
all.
simpletons or something.
Right. Yeah.
Go ahead, Jamie.
These other losers that I hang
Yeah.
out with.
They laughed at me. Go ahead, Jamie.
So
it's whatever.
anyway, she did such a fantastic job. So if any of you guys are, I wanted to just do a special shout out for her. If anyone has some like spooky stories or some extraterrestrial ones or paranormal ones, anything like that, go check out True Hauntings, the Facebook group page.
Put that in your comments, please, Cynthia. Or
Yeah,
in the comments.
Yeah.
So yeah, and put your emails, Cindy, also, so you can submit these stories to her, and it's wonderful. She is so good at what she does, and if you guys haven't seen her Facebook page, she is so creatively and uniquely engaging with her audience.
Yes, because she wrote a book.
And she wrote a book,
that
and
I finally got after I paid for it. I got it.
And so yes, and
it's amazing what happens when you pay for stuff. You get
it really
that stuff.
is. That makes the world go. It just
Yeah.
does. So, but yeah. So if you guys get a chance, go share with her any of those stories. Go listen. Go hang out on her Facebook page. It's real fun. But I can't remember when she said the episode's going to drop. I think it's later this month.
I want to listen to it.
I do too, because
Just to
I
hear
don't
you
know.
talking sheep.
Exactly. That's what
Y'all are listening for the
reason.
wrong reason. Then
Better
if you
take
want to
some
hear.
notes. Better take some notes.
Anyway,
You know
Let
what's
me catch up
crazy?
on some of these
See, I
comments.
have no stories like that. I have zero
you do.
paranormal.
You just keep your eyes closed to it. That's all.
Zero UFO, zero ghost. I
Because
have
you were too
not-
busy getting in trouble with Paul.
Not.
I mean,
Speaking
fair-
of Paul, man, I got all kinds of stories with Paul.
Okay.
I'm glad you do.
Lowell says, I had me some fun at senior prom, was decked out in purple and hitting that Dougie.
Ooh, teach me how to
Show the
Dougie.
picture. Show the picture. It didn't happen.
Let's see that. And Joanne says, I'm not sharing my stuff because my mom may be listening. I'm still scared. Listen, Joanne. Let me tell you. Someone's going to tell my mom what. She's going to know. She'll know by Sunday
just
that I
know.
was talking.
When
that I
that
was
chocolate
telling
hits,
stories.
we'll be like, oh, that just happened to her. Yeah.
Justin Davis, you missed the part about me sharing how I was told like a cow behind an explorer. Sean. Yeah, true.
What is that first one? I can't
That's
tell.
a
It's
brain.
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 It's
Oh, she had beer brain.
Yeah, glad I had prom before the vid came into the world. Hey, amen
Okay.
to that.
For real though.
Oof. Good
Mm-mm-mm.
Lord. So we got Cynthia laughing. And Lowe's wants to know, what do you mean, you people? Cynthia said, you are so sweet. Thank you. And she did put her comments, Cynthia at truehauntings.com.
Yes.
November 19th, she thinks, is when it's coming
Okay.
out.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Good.
Cool. So just a couple weeks.
We'll post that into the on the Facebook page so you guys.
I'm not really sure who he's referring to here. He too
It's
old.
got the only one.
All right.
I don't see the paranormal because I am the paranormal. That's Joe. Joe, you need that.
Oh yeah, I guess so. That's what he.
Yeah, that is you, Joe. That is you, right?
Yeah. Can I tell you one more Paul story?
Yes, please. I like Paul.
Dude, I know. I can't wait till we can meet him. Or have we already met him?
We
I just
have
don't
met
realize
Paul.
Yeah, he was on my birthday show
it. Okay.
a while
never
back,
mind.
but we really need to have him in because he is exceptional at telling stories. So Paul used to work at. So we know how we have like the Bahama Bucks. Well, the precursor to Bahama Bucks was just a regular snow cone shop. Paul used to work at the snow cone shop
In Lubbock, Texas?
in Clovis. New
In
Mexico.
Clovis, Texas.
And
Clovis,
actually, it was
that
on
New
Cannon
Mexico?
Air Force Base, yeah. And I used to work at the pizza place. I was a pizza delivery person.
Oh, we turned on the fireplace, by the way.
Okay. I'm not sure what that is.
Talking about
Okay.
pizza.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Sure.
What?
Remind me to tell y'all this story, Shauna. Thank you so much for reminding me. Okay, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
All right.
No, it's okay. But it's fine because it's just a Paul story. It's all it is me just doing trouble things. So, as a pizza delivery guy, and luckily this happened before GPS, because if
Luckily.
yeah, because if we would have had GPS on the cars, I would have got fired a long time ago. Because what I would do is I would go take my delivery. That's
What did you
that's
just
not
say, Joe?
paranormal. That's not paranormal. The tape has been coming off the whole time. So
What kind of cheap tape?
I know that's what I'm saying.
Say what you
What kind
want
of
to say.
haunted tape?
You need- Mm.
Anyways, so yeah, so I would take the pizza delivery, I would drop it off. No, it's not.
We need to
I would-
replay that and listen to it and hear what the ghost was
I
saying right
would
before.
drop it off. I did not murder the pizza. I would drop off the delivery, and then instead of going back to pick up more pizza deliveries, I'd go hang out with Paul at the snow cone shop.
You're so terrible.
So what was supposed to be like a 5-minute delivery would take me 30 minutes. And I was and they were like,
When you came back, were they like, did you have to give them the pizza free again?
and they were
Yeah.
like,
You're like, yeah.
and I was like, I just took the long way.
And nobody ever questioned it.
Nobody ever questioned because we were.
That was a little funny that the GPS comes straight from him. Get it?
We were paid by delivery, so I was basically screwing myself because I wasn't there delivering.
Oh, okay.
So,
Clothes be doing things backwards a little bit.
Right? And they still do it like that.
Oh.
Lowell says Joe is lucky he delivered pizza before digital ETAs were a thing.
I know, right? Oh.
Oh.
Man, that would have sucked. It would have sucked bad because we wouldn't have done that.
But you probably would have been a silly kid and still done silly things like that.
It'd have been, look, if I go backwards, it'll reverse the
Yeah.
GPS.
Let me tell you one thing that sucked about delivering pizzas. I delivered pizzas when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a huge thing.
So you had a lot of
And
pineapple on pizza.
So people thought I looked like Ernie Reyes Jr. And so they would always tell me.
Dude, you know you do though.
The
That's
kids
the
would
thing.
the kids would come up to me. He's like, "Where's Splinter at?" I'm like, "He's on your pizza." Little punk.
Oh, he's in a trap right now.
No, I never said
Squealing his little neck out.
Oh
so.
yeah, it's like
Oh.
no, I never said that, but yeah,
You do look like him. Though. You
yeah,
know,
no, we look a lot alike. So
Google it. I want to see.
you don't know who Ernie Reyes Jr. is? He was
What? Why is he shocked?
why he's looking that up. So
Yeah, y'all keep going.
It says Lowell says, "Man didn't DoorDash, he door walked." Oh my gosh.
okay, so let me tell you this quick story real quick here. I was waiting to say this, but I can't hold it in any longer, and I don't think anyone in my circle's watching this and would know this. But
Let me call your mom real quick.
Hush your mouth, girl. Don't do that. All right, so I did a thing. I can't even reword this, but listen to this. Have you ever wanted to make people believe something that they didn't realize you made them believe it, but they thought it was their original idea? Does that make sense to you?
No.
You were a gaslighter?
No, not like that. So I had submitted a piece of paper to someone because I wanted something from them. And in the paper, I had put subliminal messaging all throughout the paper.
Yes,
Oh.
because I put it in his head.
He did. Joe, in all fairness, Joe did put it in my hand. And I thought,
That's
that's
weird.
a good idea,
He
actually. I was
just
like,
mentioned
why
that to
not?
me. He
No, I
said,
did.
"Look what I came up with."
Oh, I did. I did come up with it. Joe gave me the idea.
I gave him the
But I
idea,
had to
but
I had to
he's
still-
the one that executed the idea.
Yeah. And executing it was a lot harder than coming up with it, let me tell you. But if anyone could do it, this guy could.
Dude,
And-
it was pretty good.
Wait,
That was
right,
really
Joe?
good.
Do you have an outcome?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay.
So we're waiting to see. But I've been very optimistic about what happened from it. So guys, as soon as I can share, I will. But just know that I did find ways to put subliminal messages in things so that I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Okay, so I found a picture of him.
Okay, go ahead.
CPJ
And
says,
this
so
was-
you were delivering pizzas with Splinter while I was drinking my cereal milk out of my Michelangelo press. Y'all remember Kool-Aid points?
Kool-Aid
Yes,
points?
yes.
Did y'all ever get anything from Kool-Aid
No.
points?
No.
But I got him
Tony
from the
did.
Dum
My
Dum
brother
points.
did.
There he is.
That's
So
Ernie
young,
Reyes
dude.
Jr. during Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and when I was young,
Okay.
So
You had to
he
tell me
actually
that.
played Donatello in the first movie.
yeah, he is a awesome martial artist, but I was not.
So take the screen off and then pull up. What's the one that was with The Rock and Stifler? There's a movie with The Rock and Stifler, and Eddie Reyes Jr. is in there because he's showing off his martial arts skills, and it's insane. I mean, the guy is ripped, and he is a little 5'2" guy, but he is just making circles on The Rock. He is like, yeah. He's,
I'll
good.
have to look that up because I don't know.
Oh,
Keep
okay,
talking.
never mind.
Keep talking.
all right. So anyway, yeah.
Look
Man.
out for the boss.
What?
John, he said, look out for the boss.
CPJ, I remember my mom's Marble points. I had some killer cigarette merch in the 80s. Dude, so did my mom.
My mom didn't have those. My dad had those, but my mom had what were the little, was it D&G? The little green.
The store
yeah.
ones.
Yeah, and you'd put it on the checkerboard or something like that.
Yes.
Was it D&G
Oh my
or?
gosh. Let me tell you a story about that. So you
Go for
would
it.
get those at the grocery store, right?
Uh-huh.
And so you'd have to lick them and put them on a book.
Yes, yeah.
So my mom said, Sandy, she had them in a drawer. So once she'd finished licking all of her little stamps, she would say, go put this back in the drawer. So she would try to, whatever, I guess redeem them for something.
S&H. That's what it was.
And so anyway, I don't pay attention when people talk to me. Y'all know that. So what did I do? I got this book and I threw it in the trash. And so luckily for me, my mother happens to be walking by the trash can and she's like, hey, dumbass, come here. So I'm like, what's up, Mom? She's like, where did I tell you to put this book? I'm like, in the drawer. She's like, well, then why the hell is it in the trash can? And then I got beat for not listening.
Sandy woke up the next day and was like, what happened?
Yeah. Who, what, when, where?
What's going on? I thought I was in the kitchen. Now, how did I get here?
The movie you're talking about is called The Rundown, Jamie.
That's what it is. The Rundown. So
I
do you
haven't
see
seen it, so I need to.
Oh, there's a clip in there, and he's awesome. He's awesome.
Lowell says, Sandy, don't think because you're talking I'm finna listen. That's the truth.
Right, exactly.
I can't help it. Was she holding the book in the way you could see her bird? Probably. Yeah. It was like, you see this right here? What is this?
Where is this supposed to go?
It's like when they do this.
Oh my gosh. And
You're like,
then that reminds me, my little brother was sick and he had to have some penicillin. And you're supposed to refrigerate the son of a gun. Well, I didn't. I put it in the medicine cabinet. And my mom said, anybody seen the medicine? I'm like, yeah, it's in the fridge. So everybody, all hands on deck, is looking for the medicine. And they find it. And then they have to go pay for a new prescription.
Oh gosh.
So guess who got beat?
How are you even alive right now, Sandy? I don't know. It's a
Honestly,
miracle.
I have no idea. By the grace of the Lord. It really is, seriously. I'm a walking miracle.
Oh, speaking of miracles, okay, guys. So I had a delightful miracle happen last night while I was sleeping, and I was like, "Man, this is awesome!" So, I woke up and I saw something on my phone, an alert, and then I got to work and I looked at it and I was like, "Oh, I won my eBay deal." I was like, "This is great, actually." So, it turns out several weeks
People
ago,
still
I
eBay
saw
stuff?
dude, I've been doing it like crazy because I'm trying to recollect my comic books. I'm trying to reclaim my childhood, okay, with my mom.
Okay, all right.
So I found this set of comic books and I was like, "Oh, this is great."
Thank you.
I lost. Okay, thanks. I lost it though the first time, and I was really sad about it. I was like, man, that was a really great deal. Then it got relisted for $2.50, and I was like, okay, that's worth way more to me than $2.50. So
He's being modest. It was $250,000.
So I was like, I'll put my max bid at $3. So then, and then I forgot about it. But then in the middle of the night last night, I won the item, and I was so excited when I looked. I said, "What did I win it for?" And I was like, $2.70 for that many comic books. I was like, "Holy jeez, yes, God!"
Wow!
So I was really happy about that because I was like,
"How much was the shipping on that?"
$5. It was literally $5. I got like a dozen comics for $2.
Nice.
I was so happy about that. It was a small little thing, but I'm like,
$2.
I'm happy about that. I'm so happy.
I need to eBay some stuff. I haven't eBayed
Dude,
in a while.
It's legit.
Joanne says S&H also Gold Bond stamps. That's how I remember Gold Bond. I licked my fair share.
Gold Bond.
But enjoyed going to the stamp store to redeem them. And then, CP, are you trying to reclaim your childhood or get a second bowling alley like the Magic Guy? Let's be honest. The Magic Guy. Has he bought anything lately?
Yeah.
Oh, the Magic Guy.
Anything of value?
Did he got his cards back good, but
he did.
Remember, he was more worried about the cards than he was his car.
Well, I mean, for good reason. His card set alone was like worth the hundreds of thousands.
Man said, "Holy geez, most PG potential swearing ever."
Hey, we got to keep it a certain way there, Lols.
Yeah. Well, and you know what, Lols? If you'd have known me like when these two knew me, it's not the.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why his name's still Jamie.
Right, exactly. That's.
They remember when I was evil, so.
Yeah, we're like, who's this?
Oh, you know what's so funny? We talk. Okay, real quick, let me tell you. So Joe's wife was like my arch nemesis back in the day. Okay, I loathe the producer.
They loathe each other.
I believe it was a mutual feeling.
Okay, so yes, it was a mutual feeling, but I could not stand like. It was like when we worked at KFC together, I would be like in the back either cleaning the pots or cooking chicken or whatever, and she would just walk like inches from me, and I'd be like, bleep. And then she'd walk back the opposite way and be like, bleep. And this was not like, oh, they're just friends. They're having, they like each other. No. Anytime she would just say anything, anytime she would just speak, I'd be like, will you shut the I mean, and she would, and I'm sure she was like, I hate working with that guy. I hate working with him. And
she was a supervisor.
She was.
You lucky.
I don't even know why.
Didn't get fired.
And you know what? To this day, I don't even know why I technically didn't like her. I just, But I gotta be honest with you. I can't picture myself being that way with her now. Now after she's married Joe, she's got her kids, godfather to her kids, their kids, and she and I get along. I think we get along great now, and we can sit and talk. Like when I went, Joe, you left. I was there for like an hour, 2 or 3.
Right.
We were just chatting.
Well, she wasn't happy with you there for a little bit while you were in town.
Fair enough. And I own that. But so the one time in the 20 plus years since we became friends, so I guess it's okay. It makes sense. I guess it was due.
Yeah.
I guess it was due.
Yeah, it has to come full circle.
Right.
And it does. So
Lowell says, I ain't even hating. I had to clean myself up. I was a ratchet. Somewhere between nerd and just ratchet. Rod says, don't do it, Jamie. She didn't like you at all. LOL. And then Lowell says, I was natchet, nerdy, and ratchet.
I kind of like that, actually.
Did you see Joe put a Photoshop future Jet and his old family photo on FB today?
Wait, what?
Did we miss it?
No. I put up the girls.
Oh.
But I think she's saying that's a future Jet. Me. Do you get it?
No.
Get explain a little bit more for us in the
She's
back.
not been
hit
We didn't quite
times.
hear.
She's saying that Jet is going to be me in the future with 2 girls. Because he looks like me.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
We get it. It's not you, it's us.
It's totally us. Okay. It's totally. I'm sorry.
Because Joe got it.
He knew immediately.
I guess.
He's so smart like that. But when you've been around a few centuries, like it should just
You
come
pick up
natural.
on things.
Yeah,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
the eons they just start, mashing together, and it's just like,
yeah.
so makes sense.
Exactly. Whatevers. Whatevers.
All right, I've had a great time tonight, guys. I'm glad I came on. Sorry I was late, but I'm glad I came on. It has been one of those times.
We're gonna delete that one.
Too late,
Yeah.
CPJ. Too late.
Huh?
I got it, CPJ. That's all that matters.
So let me tell you guys real quick again. So let me tell you, we're doing the whole pineapple project is ramping up right now. The reason for that is because we've said it before, and I kind of want to just reiterate this part. We are wanting to get ahead because there's a supply chain issue, right? Supply chain means shipping. So things are taking a little bit longer to get to places. And so we don't want to wait until the last minute to get those things or have the ability to get those toys for those kids. So we're trying to collect as best as we can earlier so that we can get toys earlier to those kids. Well, more about that in a second. The other thing is because there's a chip shortage around the world, anything that has electronics, I mean, kids' toys,
Doritos, Fritos, they're
all those
Funyuns,
things,
they're all
it is
short.
hard
To
to
get
get.
chips.
Okay. And, and so we want to make sure if we can get a hold of any electronics that are on the kids list this year, that we don't have an issue trying to get those, or at least we can do our best to get it for them, right? So the Pineapple Project is the charitable arm for the social distancing show and all the other shows that we're part of. And what we do is we partnered up with Christmases for Kids. Christmases for Kids is the organization that tries to put, or they work to put 3 gifts under each child, for each child in their let me scratch that. They try to get 3 gifts for each foster
Child.
Foster. Help me out.
Yeah.
Is it right? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. 3 gifts for each foster child in the foster care system. And so it's a tough time. Listen, I was able to talk to someone recently who told me that they knew someone who benefited from this program. And as an adult today, they still talk about that and how much it meant to them as when they were kids growing up, because they didn't know, they were so unsure of things. And to think about not getting those gifts on Christmas, them getting it made them feel a little bit more like, things were okay for them and that they were still thought of. And so when I heard that, I was like, man, it really helps cement partnering with Christmases for Kids and helping them out do this. And so hopefully we can get some people, adults who benefited from that program, to come on and just kind of share a little bit about their experience and why it was important to them and why they feel like the need for us to continue supporting this kind of a program. So if you know anyone who's like that, send them our way so we can invite them on the show to talk about that. They can come just hang out with us and have a good time. All right. But if you feel that need, open up your Venmo app, look for @the Pineapple Project. It's floating down there on the bottom of the screen. Shoot whatever you can, guys. A couple bucks, $2, $500, whatever you want to do. Just throw it in there. All the money's going to go to Christmases for Kids. If they end up filling the closet enough, which would be great, we're going to leave some extra in there so they have enough for next year. Okay.
Very true.
So, and if you can help us out at all by picking up some of the toys and delivering them here in the coming months, let us know that too, so that we can get your help there in Lubbock. Okay. The bins will go out to the comic cleaners, guys. Is that what it's called?
Cleaners,
Yep.
Thank you. The bins that they're collecting the toys in will be at comet cleaners around Lubbock. So if you just want to grab a toy and put it in there, go for it. We'll put more information out later. I don't want to bombard the whole last 10 minutes with me talking about it, but no, it is something important for us. We want to do this for the kids, and we'd like y'all with your generosity to help us do that too. So anything I missed there, guys, or anything else you want to mention?
That was good.
Let me just add mine. We have set a date for the fun run. So instead of registration, you bring an unwrapped toy or a gift card. And so we will be doing a shirt as well. So yeah, definitely be looking out for December 18th. I'll give you a cutoff time for registration. So if you want to sign up, let me know. And also too, I am raffling a door decor. Y'all, come on. Y'all need it. And all it takes is $5 to win it. So, and all the proceeds go to the kids. So think about kids. And
Yes.
if you look to donate every year, this is a very, very worthy cause.
I'm happy we're a part of it, guys. I appreciate that we jumped on board and the
Oh, I
three of us
love
have
it.
been united with
Yeah.
it completely. So it's great. All right, everyone. We love you. Hope you all have a
Go
great
to
night.
Those last comments.
I
right?
have a couple of
Oh,
comments. Let
go
me
for it.
get
I'm
them
sorry.
in
Go
here
for
real
it.
quick.
Yep.
So Lowell says, fun fact, Trey's B-Day's in a few weeks. That was the first time I came on any broadcast for a birthday surprise. It's almost been a year. CPJ
Wow.
says, Dustin Davis, happy 1 year, Natchet. Sean said, old man toys.
Hey,
And-
they're still toys.
There's still
Rod
toys.
said, great show tonight. Enjoyed all the stories. Y'all got to share your ghost hunting story at Leveland High School.
Oh my
Kayla,
Wait for the-
first-time
wait for
watcher,
this,
said she loved the show. Thanks so much for hopping in,
Kayla.
Thank you, Kayla.
I'm glad you watched tonight, Kayla. You encouraged me greatly tonight. So all of y'all did. Rod, you got to wait for the podcast episode that I appeared on with Cindy, because I do actually mention that in there, guys.
We did all kinds of searching, I guess.
Scary stuff. All right, everyone. We love you. Thank you as usual.
Remember to be kind and rewind.
Look for and meet new friends.
You
filthy
filthy
animals.
animals.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Love y'all.
Oh, let me do this hand. This is better. And this was not a ghost, BT dubs.
Mhm. Once it